cross-section of just the normal person. I'm going to go ahead and take the sting out of the bee right now, because we're going to talk about getting healthy, we're going to talk about losing weight, and we're going to talk about making money. And it matters not to me which one of the three that you like. You might like all three. You might like 2 out of 3. You might like 1 out of 3. But I'm just going to present the same way to you that I present to everyone else, but I'm going to tell you how much this is going to cost. And this little box right here is the heartbeat of our program, okay? We can add to it. We can do different things. But what if I told you we can probably get you the results that you want, and just in this little box right here, it's $1.66 a meal. That's what we're talking about cost-wise. Would that be appealing to you?
Well, I drink Starbucks, you know, and sometimes, and more than often than probably what I want to say, but a cup of coffee at Starbucks, the smallest one's more than that, so I think that's pretty reasonable.
Okay, well, good. I just like getting.
And you would be holding up the Slenderiiz box, right? You'd be holding up the box.
I'd hold the box up right there. Yeah. Bam. Okay. The little box. And I always make a joke. I go, you can't even get a good glass of sweet tea for $1.66. So you and I are on the same page. All right, so now we're going to get going. All right, so go on to the next slide. This is where we all are. This is what you and I just talked about. I've been on every diet you can imagine. I've abused every diet substance you can think of because I had no problem with my weight. And then all of a sudden, I get in my early 20s, and now just be doing whatever I want wasn't working anymore. So I was really an idiot about it. You go on a diet, your metabolism slows down, you finish the diet, you go back to eating normal, and the weight would come back even faster. So then you get in this vicious cycle. You do the same thing again, starve yourself, your metabolism would slow down. And this is the reason why so many of us have similar stories, just like you, just like me. Do you want to go to the next one? This I love, and Deanna put this up on the screen, and it spoke to me. It really did. And the doctor says, you know, you'll lose weight on any strict diet, but it's mostly water from crying. I mean, guys, when I see the word diet in my brain, I have a very unhealthy relationship with food, and I admit this wholeheartedly. To me, diet is die with a T. I mean, that's all it is. Every time I see that word, that is where my mind goes. So I like laughing about it. All right, let's go to the next one. This stopped me dead in my tracks. 2/3 of us, 2 out of 3, who have lost weight on diets, we gain it back in a year. 98 out of 100, we gain it back plus some within 2 years. When I saw this little computer-generated thing, I thought, who's been following me around? Because that's the story of my life for 20 years. So, and if you're in a living room, this little side note, you will start seeing people nodding their head. They're saying, me too, me too. The beauty of this business, and I'm not saying this to be gross or sleazy, you have got to be relatable, and you have to have people saying me too with you. So you need to be a product to the product, because that makes it authentic and it makes it genuine. All right, let's go to the next one. 30% of us, we're trying to lose weight. Another 30% of us we're trying to figure out how to not gain it back. And it's a $30 billion per year industry just on diet and weight control program. Now, depending on my rapport with the person, if I can tell they're more geared toward business, I'll say, look, losing weight was very emotional for me, but I'm doing this to feed my family and take care of them for generations to come. A $30 billion per year industry, I wanted to tap into that because I knew it was real, and I knew that people would have an emotional attachment to it, and it would cross every demographic. If I'm talking to someone primarily about losing weight, I go, this is a big, huge industry, but I was tired of contributing to it. I wanted to actually have something that worked. So you gear that conversation to the person that you're sharing it with, okay? Next slide. All right, I used to think that disease and all of these different things were hereditary. Being a part of ARIIX and Slenderiiz, I learned that's not the case. The reason why I was going down the weight gain, obesity road was because my family is that way. I thought it was hereditary. I was destined to be a schlub. That's not true. What it was the lifestyle I grew up in was what I inherited. Bad food habits, being a food addict, lack of exercise, lack of nutrition. So if you bombard your body with all of this junk, You know, everybody has an emotional attachment to their car. If I'm talking to a man, even women, I go, you probably think more about what you put in your vehicle than what you put in your body. And I was guilty as charged on that. So now I'm just thinking of myself as a well-tuned machine. I only want to put the most premium everything, fuel into my body. Okay?
All right, good.
And this is the last total downer of this. We're going to start having fun from now on. But this right now is shocking to me. 74% of us are going to be obese within the next 6-7 years. I think it's going to happen faster than that. And if you didn't hear it already on the news, obesity was just declared a disease. That should tell you something. It's definitely a huge problem, and I just love the fact that I have the answer for it right here, starting with this little box and just making a few lifestyle changes, and they aren't going to cause any brain damage. Just follow me through the rest of the presentation. So here we go. Here's Every Diet Simplified. You learned it in 5th grade physical education class, so did I. So if we learned something in elementary school of what we were supposed to do, how come we can't do it? Every diet, I don't care how you cut it, I don't care, it's just math. It's just plain math. How much you eat, what you eat, and how much you burn. Well, if it was that simple, then how come we're not all skinny? Well, it's because if you're like me, you have every intention when you hit the drive-thru of getting a grilled chicken wrap with apples on the side and maybe some water or something like that. But as soon as I get to the big speaker box in the drive-thru, it's a Baconator with large fries and a chocolate shake, and bam, and then I go, okay, it is, that's what happens to me. But then the next morning, I swear I'm going to get off my big fat hiney and do something about it. But I did that every single time because I always thought I could make up for it the next day. It was just bad. It's just all bad. All right, we'll keep going down. We lack discipline. So I'm going to talk to you about discipline. So here's what's in this little box. And this is when I pull the drops out of my purse. So go right ahead. I'm going to introduce you to major discipline. These 2 little bottles are my new best friend. When I started this program 100 days ago, I called these my blubber drops. Now I call them my skinny drops, my fabulous drops, my discipline drops. You call them whatever you want to, but I couldn't believe that what was in here was going to change the course of my life and my lifestyle forever. Next slide. This is what 5 pounds of fat looks like. And guys, I have a 5-pound fat replica, and I take it with me to the living room. I take it with me to the meeting. I have it in a bag. And when you pull that out and see people look like, oh my gosh, but you see the look of horror on the person across from you, here's why I do it. I don't ever want to hear someone say, I only need to lose 5 pounds. Now, that girl isn't any bigger than a toothpick on this slide. But I want you to look at this. And guys, when you hold that in your hand, it's the size of like a Duraflame log that you put on your fireplace. It's disgusting. 5 pounds is nasty. So if it is just 5 pounds or multiples of that, guys, it's a really big deal to get this off your body. And I tell people, I had 6 of these. Could you imagine 6 of these like strapped all over me? And then I make the joke, I'm going to get a big fishing vest and figure out how to rig those all over it and put it on. No wonder I was out of breath. No wonder I didn't want to do different things. No wonder I hated it when I would figure out what to wear and how to disguise all that junk. Okay. Now we're going to get to the disclaimer. And this is something I have to share with you. I have to share with everyone. We had a clinical trial, and that made a really big deal to me that this wasn't a gimmick. We actually had a clinical trial. The average weight loss during this clinical trial, women lost half a pound a day. Men, 2/3 of a pound a day for the first 28 days. Your results may vary. Well, if you think a half a pound to 2/3 of a pound isn't that big of a deal, as a woman, when was the last time any of you lost 15 pounds in a month? Average. Come on. So we're going to talk about this clinical trial now, and I'm going to give you some really interesting visuals to look at. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
Here's my friend Regina, and I'm updating this slide, and guys, I'll have them available to people who want them. We're putting all new slides because she has now she's lost 60 pounds. So the only way that I knew her was in that before picture. I've known Regina for years. She got started on the Slenderiiz program. She did the full clinical trial. Look at her 3 weeks later. Look at her 6 weeks later. She's now the poster child for what we do, and she's getting her life back. And she had very serious medical conditions that prevented her from losing weight. And it's so fun to see her transformation. Okay?
She's now lost 60?
Yeah.
Oof, crazy.
It's amazing. Ken Bailey. Ken Bailey, a lot of us know Ken Bailey. He's a wonderful leader in this business. I never saw Ken without a sports jacket. And I say this when I'm in front of him. And the reason why he wore that sports coat was to cover up his belly. So we were kindred spirits. It's real funny how when you're big, you dress differently. Look at him now. Look how flat his tummy is. 25 pounds in 5 weeks. Okay? Scott Schwartz, look, he doesn't even look like the same person. Look, even his feet were fat on the left-hand side of the screen. He looks 70 pounds. He looks like he's his nephew now. I love that picture. Lynn Allen Johnson, 36 pounds. She right now is one of the, if not the biggest retailer of this product because of her story. She's been off of the product now for 9 months with no rebound weight. That's what I really wanted to hear. So we love the sexy grandma down in Florida. Marcus, look at Marcus. Look at his tummy. Now, here's what I use this picture to illustrate. Visceral fat's the hardest weight to lose, 18 pounds in 2 weeks. His tummy is gone, but look at his skin. The amazing thing about this product is it works with your body. So your connective tissue draws that together. We'll talk about that in a minute. You're not going to have elephant skin or that nasty Sharpay syndrome that everybody's worried about. Those are technical terms, by the way. Okay, Shannon Lavinia, dear friend of mine, she and I had the same story. Now, for me, I had baby weight, serious baby weight, and it was right about 40 pounds. But unlike Shannon, I still called it my baby weight, and my baby was 5 years old. When your baby's 5 years old, that isn't baby weight anymore. You're just fat. So I had to come to those terms. But look at what this did for Shannon in 14 weeks. Look at Rick Billings on the right-hand side, 25 pounds in 5 days. I want you to look at that man's skin. It's smooth like a baby. You don't see that with other weight loss plans. And if you're in a living room with people that have lost weight before, they know you're telling the truth. Because even though they want to get thin, that nasty Sharpay skin really weighs on their mind. So you're showing them that this truly is unique and different. Okay?
And Sharpay, for those who didn't hear it, is that wrinkly-looking dog.
Yeah, that big old pile of wrinkles. Look at Lanessa. She, I think, was already in good shape, but she really leaned out. Vern, I just met Vern in Carlsbad, and oh my gosh, so his transformation, he's even on our video, 67 pounds is incredible. I mean, he even talked about getting all new shoes because his feet actually got thin. And then the CFO of our company, I never knew him as the guy in the big red shirt. I've only known him as the vibrant, fit, wonderful dad CFO of ARIIX. And look at that. This has definitely changed his life. Okay? And this was the only picture I saw before I got in the business. Because in my mind, I was excited, but I said, you know, you probably fed them cabbage and celery and water and chained them to a bunch of treadmills. And yeah, I guess they did lose this weight. When I saw Lisa Cummings, this was the only picture I saw when I was first presented the business. And I thought, dear Lord, a paraplegic who has lost over 100 pounds using this amazing formula that I believe is revolutionary, and look at her. And now to know her as a person and talk to her and consider her a friend, this truly is changing lives. But think of the people you could help with this. So that, to me, was where the rubber met the road.
And she's actually lost 130 pounds and 90 inches. 90 inches.
It's 90 inches. That's crazy. Okay. Chris Doyle. I only knew Chris Doyle as the before man. I've known him for years. We started at the same time. I didn't take it as seriously because I have food addiction problems. I saw him at a Slenderiiz training in Park City, Utah, and everybody was running up to him and running up to Regina. Those two individuals are what caused me to take this seriously, looking at Chris Doyle's before and after and Regina's progress. So he is a walking testimony of what this means and what it can do. And so I used him in my testimony. There we are on April 26th. I decided to take this seriously. In 7 weeks, I went down 6 dress sizes. In 10 days, I decided to really do what needed to be done, and I kind of started the egg secret that I'll tell everybody about after the presentation, but that's drinking pure water that is following the plan, and that's actually making a concerted effort and doing what they recommend on the clinical trial, and the results speak for themselves. So I am, I've never felt this good in my life. I feel like I'm 19 years old again, and it's from the inside out. This isn't about looking good. This is about feeling amazing, and you can't shut me up about it. All right, here we go. Here's the heartbeat of the program, the drops. And I, again, put the drops right there on the table, or I hold them up. The Slenderiiz, the clear liquid, that's what curbs your appetite. It helps you with those crazy cravings. This actually eliminates fat out of your body. It flushes it out of your body. It's homeopathic. When I first heard that, it didn't really mean much to me. I just wanted to lose some weight. Now that I understand what that means, it's got my body functioning with all of the intention of what it was created to do. It's good for you. It works with you. Other than that, we're not going to say anything because this is the proprietary information, and we have the exclusive on this formula. Now let's talk about the pink drops, the Accelerate. This is B12 and biotin. It's brain food. It optimizes your metabolism. It gives you that youthful energy without those spikes and falls. It supports your digestion and liver function. It helps relieve stress. How many of you have taken something diet-wise that made you crazy? If you're in a living room, most people's hands will go up. I've got news for you. This actually makes you feel good, and you're not a lunatic. You don't get hangry. You don't have those mood swings. You will love what the Accelerate and the Slenderiiz do together.
And hangry for all those people in Quebec is hungry and angry at the same time. It's just like,
oh, yeah. If you've ever been on a diet, you get hangry, and it's not good. You rip someone's head off. Okay, here's the program. Now, for those of you that want to participate with us as customers, you got to take before pictures. No one wants to take before pictures. Take your before picture and let it haunt you. My before picture was taped to my bathroom mirror. You take the Slenderiiz, the clear drops, 10 minutes before your 3 largest meals. Remember to do it. Your Accelerate, you take with those meals. I take it at breakfast and lunch. I would normally not take it at dinner unless I was going to be going out or doing something because it works for me 2 times a day. Some of you will like it 3 times a day. You need to eat real food. You need to drink pure water. And I have my ARIIX Purity water bottle. Pure water is the key, and we'll talk about that afterwards if you have any questions for me. 1,250 calories per day. When I saw that, I said, stop the press, cheese and biscuits. Lord have mercy. 1,250 calories. If I ate 1,250 calories, I would lose weight. See, I ate like a lumberjack. But I didn't understand that on other diet plans, I had no idea people were restricted to 500, 600 calories a day. This is very, very generous. So I'm going to share with you, if you're drinking the water and using these products as they're intended, the 1,250 won't be that hard for you to do. Mild exercise, walking, biking. This isn't about going nuts every single day. We want this to fit in with your lifestyle. But with your energy levels, you'll start feeling like doing a little bit more. Go shopping with our approved foods list. I hold up the brochure that comes in the box. This brochure walks you through the program. There's an approved foods list in here. When I saw the approved foods list, I flipped out because I thought this is going to be torture. Because if you're talking to people that have food addictions, which most people do, carbs and sugars and whatever, that approved foods list is very daunting. So I give people this little rule to get started. If the approved foods list is way too much, your head just exploded. When you go shopping in the grocery store, stick to the parameter of the store. Stay out of the aisles. Anything in a box is not good for you. So as they start shopping the parameter of the store, the approved foods list becomes a lot more doable. Now let's talk about cheating. Cheating can cost you 3 days. If you take the drops and eat a German chocolate cake, you're not going to lose weight. So don't come crying to me about it. We got to be realistic about this. But as you start nourishing your body, you're going to see your cravings. They're going to start disappearing. Find a friend to do this with. Is there anyone in this room that can't think of at least 4 or 5 people that could do this program with them? Most people raise their hands. I do this for 2 reasons. If they have an accountability partner, they're going to be more loyal to the program and have better results. Number 2, if they like the business, they're thinking of 4 or 5 people, you've got them gold status right away. Now let's talk about the additional supplements because they really do make a difference. All right, Nutrify, our nutritional brand. The vitamins and minerals, guys, this is what's so incredible. These are what you need to maintain good health. The RestoreX, that's the detox. It contains zeolite and all these amazing things. Basically, I had no idea when you lose fat, your fat cells are what traps all the free radicals and toxins that are zinging around your body like ping pong balls. So the RestoreX goes into your body. It's like a million sponges, and it just scrubs you clean, and it gets those toxins out. It's absolutely incredible. I will not go without RestoreX. Omega Q, okay, I was a doofus. I didn't know that you needed healthy fat to burn bad fat. So our Omega Qs, you're going to double up on those your first 28 days. Rejuvenex, we could build an entire business off of this red bottle. Some people call it lightning in a bottle. Some people call it, holy cow, what's in that stuff? How many of you take Rejuvenex? Well, if you're in a room and people raise their hand, I go, how does it make you feel? You'll hear, amazing, like a kid again. I love it, whatever. I go, do you have any of those weird crashes? No. And then I tell them what we call Rejuvenex in my household. My husband calls Rejuvenex happy wife, happy life pills. We don't go a day without them. I love that stuff. The BioPro-Q, it's amazing. From your heart health to just feeling great, it's awesome. And then the Venali is, those are fountain of youth pills, a facelift in a bottle for what it does for your skin. Okay, so we're going to talk about how the clinical pack came together and what supplements we're going to utilize with the Slenderiiz to get the best results. Okay,
sorry,
so next
slide. I messed that up.
It's okay.
It's just the PowerPoint versions, but I didn't catch that one. Anyway, but
okay,
that's how you can quickly move through the product line without getting into all these great details and all these agonizing points, okay?
Exactly. It just gets little bullet points. Exactly. All right. And you can skip over this one because we just did that on the last one. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about the clinical trial. This was huge for me because it made me help realize I wasn't that crazy. In our clinical trial, it started off as 3 groups and then got divided into 4. There was Group A. They did the 1,250-calorie diet, and they had fake drops, placebos. After about 10 days, they knew they had the fake drops because when they call in for progress reports, everybody else was having great results except for them. So don't get caught up in the calorie reduction is all you need to do. Group B, they did the diet. They did the Slenderiiz and the Accelerate. 50% increase in weight loss over Group A. Who wouldn't want to do that? Well, everybody starts nodding their head. Yeah, me too, me too. Okay, I'm seeing it. Okay, Group C. Group C did the diet. They did the drops. They did the additional products. They did the Optimals, the Omega Q, the RestoreX, and they did some meal replacements with our Pure Nourish. They had 3 times more weight loss than people on a diet alone. My question to you is, do you want to lose weight and get healthy slow or fast? Everybody says fast. Well, then that's what we need to do. But here's the problem with Group C. If I had been in Group C, Dr. Hurt and Deanna, I would not have been popular with them at all because I would have had sugar withdrawals, my coffee withdrawals, all of my different stupid things, that my food addictions. Some people are addicted to soda. Some people are addicted to candy. Some people had crazy pharmaceuticals that made them all out of whack. And they said, you know, I'm losing weight, but some people would sacrifice weight loss for that instant gratification of a fix. So they decided to give these people that were having problems with that some Rejuvenex. Here's the cool part. The Rejuvenex added to it gave them the best results overall. So guys, if you're going to do this and take it seriously, I recommend being a Group C person and adding the Rejuvenex to it, and you'll feel like a spring chicken. So that is what's incredible. But look down at the bottom. Average people's food bills dropped by $150 their first month, $200 their second month, because they were losing the cravings for that goofy stuff that comes wrapped in cellophane and in cardboard boxes. So I'm proof of that theory as well. So just take that into consideration, all right? There's the clinical trial pack. That's everything that's included. 3 times the weight loss. And so if you want to be a customer, we have special incentives for you. So afterwards, let us know, and we'll show you how you can get the clinical trial pack at the best price and be a walking billboard for what we're doing. So you can skip over the next slide, and we'll go to the next one. All right, the heart of the program, the Slenderiiz and the Accelerate, $150, $1.66 a meal. We have 2 different packages. I've got sheets over there on the dining room table. So afterwards, guys, this isn't expensive when you really break it down. And 3 of you told me you'd spent thousands of dollars. 5 of you sitting on the sofa said that you'd spent over $700. So I think we can figure this out, make it work. But again, we want to do this and have fast results. So we'll break it down for you when we break up into groups. Okay? These are the sheets I was talking about. We're going to walk you through it, and we're really going to deal with people on an individual basis when this presentation's over. Okay? Next slide. All right, now we're going to talk about, some of you in the room go, hey, I'm already thinking about people. Maybe I could make just a little bit of extra money. I've got a full plate. So we're going to talk about making profit, selling Slenderiiz. Depending on how you buy it, if you get it at bulk, which is called our retailer pack, you can buy them for as little as $80 a set. They retail for $150, and again, that's $1.66 per meal. That's a $70 profit. So if you're looking at this, and if you've ever been like me and have worked part-time jobs, I've never brought home $70 in a day working my second job, and I've actually worked 3 jobs before in my life. This could be life-changing. I don't consider it selling. I consider it recommending and referring something revolutionary to my friends. So just understand from this point forward, everything we're going to talk about is referrals on a referral basis, just like you refer people to your hairdresser, you refer people to your accountant. This business is built on referral. So now we're going to talk about, for some of you that go, hey, this looks like fun, tell me how this works. You're doing it full time. What does that mean? All right, we're going to talk about what it means to build a team. Okay? All right, ARIIX is very unique. Slenderiiz is one division. ARIIX is our parent company. So you can think of it as like Procter & Gamble and all their different products, or Johnson & Johnson has all their different divisions. Or think of GM, cars. They have Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac, GMC, same thing. So look at all of these amazing brands. Nutrify, we talked about what was included in the clinical pack, but there are even more products in our nutrition line. Slenderiiz, you could build an entire empire just on Slenderiiz alone. Purity, the water bottle I'm drinking out of. The pure water movement it's phenomenal. And this is a water purification system. It's not a filter. I had no idea that when I was trying to detox my body with regular water, I was putting just as many toxins in it as I was filtering out. So we can talk about purity when we go and talk about how you want to get started. Healthy Baby Academy is coming. Many of people in this room are parents. Healthy Home. I had no idea the stuff I was using in my house was like toxic beyond belief and had skull and crossbones all across the back of it. Healthy Financials. I think any of you agree that your financial health has as much to do with your physical health as anything. So that's something we're excited to bring to the table down the road. And our skincare line, Revive. This is where I hold up my sample kit that I got in Carlsbad. Revive is going to be a healthy personal product line. And here you can smell them, you can look at them, they're incredible, they're amazing. We're really excited to get this launched and see all that this product line has to offer. So the reason why I'm telling you this, I just want you to put to rest, we're not a one-trick pony. We never will be, we aren't right now, and there's no limit to how many divisions that we can launch as the time goes by. Our staff is incredible. And guys, yes, we are a 2-year-old company, but you need to understand that our staff, our co-founders, have over 100 years of some of the most tried, tested success stories in the history of network marketing, much less running global businesses. So each one of them brings something very unique to the table. Now, when we do trainings, I really get into this little side note, into the background of how phenomenal our staff is. When I'm talking to a brand new person, I just want them to know that there's more than one giant head behind a green curtain running the show, that we have 5 different co-founders, each with their own niche of an absolute superstar as far as track records go in business to build their confidence level. All right? Now, if you were like me, I thought, oh, man, this is like what my mom did, and she went down and shook everybody down in church and everybody that we knew and whatnot. This isn't the case. Here's what makes our company so unique. Everything that we do with regards to compensation has to do with volume. All we care about is getting these amazing products to the end consumer, out into the marketplace. So anything that could create volume falls basically into 3 categories. Retail sales. Some of you will just be customers tonight, and that's wonderful. We want you to have great results and help us refer people into the business and to be customers. Exploratory volume, which means you're exploring the business. You're going to get started with one of our amazing sales kits and really get to see everything that ARIIX has to offer. And then there's wholesale consumption. Some of you will want to be involved and be a representative or a preferred customer to get products at the best price and continue using them month after month. All of that ties into our overall volume, and all of it's very, very important. So please understand, we're just showing all of this to you so we can give you the full story and you can make a decision from there, okay? There are 3 parts of our compensation plan that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about retention, transitioning part-time to full-time, and a big retirement income, okay? This is my favorite part of talking about this business, okay? There you are, the big smiley face at the top. Now, as you build your team, you are going to think of 4 people possibly that you think might be a good fit for the business, either be a loyal customer with you or maybe to refer more people in. We do have a minimum auto ship of 75 points per month to keep an active position. That translates to roughly $100. So if you were to refer 4 people into the business, okay, and they maintain their auto ship, you will have earned the $100. So basically, they're almost paying you to be a loyal customer and referring people into the business. I love this about what ARIIX does. So 1 + 3, your product is free. But you're going to be working within a team. Even as, you do this and your intent was only to be a preferred customer and help a couple other people get started, you might be the recipient of some other teammates from your upline. So that does not count towards this particular $100, but it is going to count on the next slide. So I look at this as just referring people. My hairdresser does it. If I refer someone to her and she gets a haircut and a set of highlights, I get a huge discount the next time I go in. We're just looking for 4 buddies that might want to do this with you. You get your product free. Then we're going to help them do the same thing, okay? You just break it down really simple and take the word selling and marketing out of your vocabulary. It's about referring people and having them join something that's going to benefit them. All right. When you start building your team, it's going to build down 2 sides. You're always going to be entitled to 15% of the lesser side. I thought, wow, that's like a permanent referral fee. Being a realtor, I understood referral fees, but I never got paid more than once. So I was excited to get paid over and over and over again. But as that volume starts building, remember, some of these people are going to be wholesale consumers. Some of them are going to build a business. Some of them are going to refer teammates. All of that volume counts. When that reaches 14,000 points, we call it optimizing. Not maximizing, we call it optimizing, because here's what happens. When you optimize, you get 2 gifts from the company. You get $2,000 for that week in base pay based on the volume of points, right? But you also get the opportunity to start another pay line over there to the side, or you can say, you know what? I really want to help Sally Ann, who came into my business through Debbie, through John, and I'm going to put a second income position with her. So you can position yourself back within your team that helped get you there. And then all of that new volume and everything that you do helps boost up the volume of your team so you can help them optimize. I love that about this pay plan. This is a team business. So if you're the Lone Ranger and don't play well with others, this might not be a good fit for you. But if you're having fun and you're here because of a friend, imagine what you could do and how many people you could help either with their health, with their finances, or putting some money away for a rainy day. So that's why I love seeing this slide. And that's just base pay, okay? Now we're going to talk about what really got my fires burning. It's called matching bonus. Here you are at the top, okay? You refer someone into your team. Well, that's somebody you personally hosted into the business. They're a number one. Regardless of how many levels down they are, they're personally hosted by you. What if I told you you got a 15% override of their base pay for life? This is where you truly, truly, and truthfully hope someone is better than you in business. Then who they personally host into the business is a level 2. You get a 10% override on their matching bonus. Hello, this is like the referral fee on steroids. Then who they talk to is a 3, who they talk to is a 4. That pays 7 levels down. 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. But here's the crazy thing. It's the middle of summer. We just had 4th of July. People are getting married. Family reunions. You're going to the beach with your extended family. You're bumping into people that you haven't seen. And if you take this seriously and they see your physical transformation, you bump into David. He goes, holy cow, you look amazing, Woodson. Are you sick? No, I'm doing something that really works. So then he goes, well, I need to lose some pounds and I need to make some extra money. We don't know what we're going to do with the kids for college. I can personally sponsor David way down there. Still get the 15 and who he talks to 10 and who they talk to 5, blah, 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 blah. Still get my base pay. Still get the team lead bonuses. But now what David does, and I'm going to move mountains to help him be successful, is going to help all those other people on my team because they were there in the beginning and they're out there working and they're out there spreading the word. Guys, I call this the No Man Left Behind pay plan. And if you truly take this seriously, I can't make you any promises, but with some elbow grease and being a good ambassador of health and fitness and weight loss and clean water and things that can only do well for other people, why not be compensated for it? And this illustration right here is why some of the biggest names in the industry are coming to ARIIX. Tim Sales, why do you think he came out of retirement? I guarantee you it's because of that slide. All right, now, the savings luxury bonus. This is my favorite thing. When your base pay crosses $300 a week, what if I told you the company's going to add 15% to your paycheck? They're going to put that in your ARIIX savings account, and it's going to start accruing, and it's going to start growing, and you can get up to $500 a week. When it reaches $10,000, you get it in one lump sum. You don't have to have a purple Chrysler whatever that's between this year and that year. You can use it for whatever you want. You can buy a diamond ring. You can get a Rolex. You can get a car. You can go on your second honeymoon. You can pay your house note 3 months in advance. We don't care. Once you receive that $10,000, every single month, every single week, they will add 15% to your base pay as long as your base pay is for the $300. That's up to $2,000 a month in a luxury bonus. I call it an awesomeness bonus because you can use it for whatever you want, and that's awesome. Now we're going to talk about our income disclosure statement. And please understand, this is not to lure you into business. This is real numbers. This is just math. And it accounts for every single rep that is signed up in our business worldwide. So full-time is considered officer and above, and their average income was over $180,000 a year. Part-time income, now remember, we get paid every single week. Well, for part-timers, $39,542. That was anyone within 6 months that received a 1 weekly check per month. My mother taught public school in the state of Virginia for 35 years, and she has 2 master's degrees. She never brought home $39,000 in a year. That was shocking to me. I could not believe that when I saw it. And then all the reps, all of us, people that stayed, people that quit, people that have been in the business for a day, all those numbers were factored into it. 835.82. I know that was incredible. And as of the 4th of July, I'm going to change this slide because we're now a 2-year-old company, and I know that there are going to be some new numbers that get published on this. But guys, that's very, very strong, okay? For those of you that say, I liked what I heard, but I don't ever want to do what that woman just did. She must have gone to school for this. My brain hurts. It's oatmeal right now. I just want to lose some weight. I've got great news for you. We have what's called the BOSS training system, our business orientation system. You have access to all this information. You do not ever have to do what I just did, but it's there for you 24/7 in your back office. Take advantage of it because it was written by the greatest and most successful person in this industry, and I love the fact that our company has all access information if this is something that appeals to you. Next slide. Remember when I talked about this business is built on volume? Well, to get started, if you want to build a team, you need to have a minimum of 150 points to get started in the business. So we have pre-packaged member packs that you can come in with. And as you can see here, there's the Slenderiiz member pack. I think this is a great way to get started. You have your 2X membership, you get your training, you get everything that you need to lose weight faster than just using the Slenderiiz, so you can be a walking billboard and just take advantage of referring people into the business and letting it grow from there. We also have a weight loss member pack, which has the Rejuvenex, the Pure Nourish, and the Slenderiiz and the Accelerate. That's $359, and that's a great way to get started. So that's a super way to just come into the business on an elementary level. Then for those of you that really see the opportunity here, we have these 3 wonderful starter packs. We'll start with the Blitz pack. It is 5 Slenderiiz and Accelerate. You get an additional pay line, okay? You get your 2X membership. But here's what I love about this. That's 1 box for you to use and 4 to retail. How much are they? Everybody says $150. Great. So if you were to sell those other 4 and get people started, your business is paid for. What do you think they're going to do when they have great results? They're going to want to come into the business. Hello? Now you've got your product paid for, you've reached gold status, and now we're going to help them do the same thing. Then we have a Slenderiiz business pack. It's $750, and it's 500 volume points. All of these count towards that optimization. Here's why I like the business pack. 500 points. You get your Rejuvenex and your Slenderiiz and Accelerate, 5 sets of them, again, 1 for you to use, 4 more to retail, but you get a pay line, you get an event pass worth $200, but you also get 12 cycles of your back office free. That's a $240 value at $20 a month, or $19.99, excuse me. But all of that, you're saving money, you're helping other people get started, and now you've started a referral firestorm, and your team is going to start growing. Then the Elite Pack. This is how I came into the business. And I came into the business backwards, I admit it. So some of you need to put your fingers in your ears and sing la, 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 la. I came into this business because of the pay plan. And I thought it was an amazing, feel-good story, and I really was excited about helping people get healthy. But then I started using the products and became a product of the product and a walking billboard. So I'm glad that I saw the business opportunity, and it ended up being the greatest thing that ever happened to my family and to myself from a health and wellness standpoint, but I can also say so from a financial standpoint. It's worth 1,000 points. You get all of these amazing things that you see. Your business is paid for 18 cycles. That's almost $360 worth of value. Your 2X membership, that's worth $150. Your boss training, which is worth $30. 2 additional pay lines, those are priceless. I don't even know what value you put on those. And 2 event passes, that's worth $400. I'm going to do this as a business. I'm going to be at all of those events, so I love having that. When I added up the value outside of the product, it was over $940 worth of value. And I said, stop the press. You mean I can get 1,000 points worth of pretty much everything that I want, and even extra product to sell and share for less than $400? That was, I couldn't even process that. I said, that just makes the best business decision to me, purely from a business standpoint. So please understand, there's no right or wrong answer. And this is where I go to the next slide. For those of you that want to be a customer, go meet Regina over by the dining room table, and we're going to pick out the best products to suit your need. We're going to get you measured. We're going to get you weighed. We're going to write down your goals. We're going to give you some coaching, and we're going to help you be an amazing testimony to the product. There are some of you that say, hey, I'd like to make a little bit extra part-time money, but I want to know, I've got some questions. Great. Come over here and meet Aliza over here on the other side of the kitchen, all right? You do that. And then some of you want to build a team. Some of you already are thinking about people you'd like to share this with and go on this journey together. If that's the case, keep in your seats. Just let me know who you are. We're going to circle up and tighten up, and we're going to get every question answered you need as you fill out this information sheet. That's what we do. That's how we do a living room, and we sign people up. We get customers. We get people talking about who they're going to retail it to. There's no wrong answer. And if someone isn't interested, we wish them well, give them a carrot, and send them on their way. There's no hard feelings at all, but we're there to help empower people to get their health back, to get their life back, to get their finances back, to get some hope. Who can we share this with? That's how you do a living room, and everybody goes, shoot, I can do that. I can have 5 people over at my house day after tomorrow. And it's really low-key, and we have a great time. So that's how we do it, Steve.
Hey, awesome job. Appreciate it so much. And I know as people, I put this webinar on as 2 hours, so hopefully you saw it.
Yeah.
Because I just knew, when we get out here moving on this, if you didn't pick up something in there, then you weren't listening, all right? I mean, and so what this does is it basically just fuels your business. You get other little tidbits. I have people